You're listening to the Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This place sucks! This place sucks! CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! I wanna kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.
You piece of shit.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
Well, I was gonna go to Raw Philly because I was hoping to see Becky, but well, F you WWE. Charlotte is the women's version of Roman. F her. So forced.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and start with this. Fade to black. Fade to fucking black. Thank you for the donation, Fade to Black. And it's interesting that your name is Fade to Black because with every 20 minutes that went by in this 3-hour ass raping, a little bit more of my soul began to fade to black. Began to fade into non-existence, beginning to drift beneath the surface, under the grass, the gravel, and into the pits of hell itself. And with every single idiotic word muttered by Renee Young in her horse face, I began to become a more evil and angry person. I began to become a more stoic, bored, dark, visceral, and unbalanced person. I began to start wishing that despite the fact that I have 3 kids and a wife and 2 dogs and a place to live, how maybe it would all be good if I just died of lymphoma or cancer or AIDS or got hit by a car or a ravenous beast from the forest near Gillette Stadium where I live came from outside of the woods into the parking lot of where the Patriots play football looking to eat Tom Brady's dick, but there I was, simply stopping by the mobile station to fill my gas tank, and the wolf began charging me, frothing at the mouth, screaming and scratching and mangy looking because it has rabies, and all just looking insane with putrid gusts and pus and blood from an animal it devoured earlier that day was dripping off its teeth, and it's dropping and hits the floor like it's a fucking zombie, like it's Resident Evil, and it's chasing me and hurling and moving and squirming, and I'm staring at it like, what is that over there? And it rips my fucking head off and tears my throat open, and it takes a shit on me for some reason. For some reason it eats my neck, and then it shits on me, and they're fucking blood splatters all over the place, and somebody has to come home and say, Joe's dead, kids! Your son, your father, your husband, he's dead! He's fucking dead! And for some weird reason, had it been a Tuesday or a Wednesday or even a Thursday or a Friday, I would have died with a sad face because I knew I left my family behind. I would have died like this. No! Don't take me. I have things to do and a family to take care of. But this happened to be a Monday night. So I went like this. Take me, God! Take me, oh Lord, old devil, under the ground and bury me into the worms and the sand of the fucking filth of the earth. Anyway, Jake DeMarco's here with us. Jake DeMarco, how about Raw, man? How about Raw?
I was thoroughly enthralled with everything they gave us, especially with Vince coming out in the end. That was the highlight. This night, 10 out of 10. Seriously. Just fantastic show. Was not boring at all. Top notch.
That was... Let me get serious for a moment. Let me get back to serious world for a second.
I don't know if you can. I think it broke you. I think it broke something in you deep that I don't even think years of therapy can fix.
I'm going to tell you, man, that this... I can't tell if this is the greatest idea ever or the worst. And here's why I'm saying this. Earlier today, in my video earlier, I said how I would have Becky Lynch have to apologize, and she's still suspended, so she can't show up. She's apologizing, so she's going to do it by phone. And the phone's in the middle of the ring, and you can hear her over the arena speakers. Triple H and Stephanie say, we have Becky on the phone. She's got something to say, I think. And then she's going to tell them to kiss her ass, and then either drive like a fucking Harley down to the ring or come from the crowd and beat the shit out of Stephanie. And that would allow the storyline to progress because there's so much time left to WrestleMania. And I thought, man, there is so much time left to WrestleMania. They start doing that now. That's build they should start a month or two before, or a month and a half before Mania. Not now. Like, they've got a long way to go for that build. And now I see this tonight, and I'm like, I wonder if this is a big troll to get people furious because we all thought they were going to add Charlotte. But is it a troll? Or are we really going to get Charlotte added to WrestleMania? Or is this just a way for them to start another story to interfere with Becky to piss everyone off? And it's genius because by the time it's a WrestleMania time, they can get rid of all this and then start on that story. But this allows them to get there since there's so much time left.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. And if that's it, that might be a good idea because we were pissed. It worked.
Yeah, because no one wants to see Charlotte, interjected into this match. We don't want to see her at all. We wanted the one-on-one. I know I was certainly hoping for just a one-on-one match. But as you said, that would be great. Oh, my God, Charlotte's going to take her place. Then you think it's going to be a triple threat match, and it comes down to just time before WrestleMania. Now it's one-on-one again. They kind of retcon everything and fix it. That would be good. At least, like you said, there's close to 60 days at this point. But, I mean, it's way too soon if their plan is just as straightforward as we presume it is. For right now, we've heard for months up until tonight that they've wanted it to be a triple threat. They've wanted Charlotte in there from moment one. We all knew that this was happening at some point. The sad part is they've ruined so many characters and moments, and it's been so uninspired to get to this point that people are losing interest in a feud that was essentially a blockbuster sellout, must-see moment. Everybody wanted to see Becky and Ronda. It was a huge buzz online. Fans are around the world are wanting to tune in. And then, Vince alone tonight made Triple H look like a dumbass. Triple H and Stephanie, I should say. Well, they might accept your apology, but I don't. So Vince had this plan the whole time, but he's not going to tell Triple H or Stephanie. They're just happy with the apology being accepted. And I know that's not a huge deal, but when they do those type of, small little mess-ups over and over and over again throughout the night, it just ticks away at everything. It makes everything feel less important, less thought out, less sincere.
Perhaps they're setting up...
They can only focus on one wrestler at a time. The focus was on Becky tonight, and I do give them credit for one thing tonight. They had a story, they started it, they paid attention to it throughout, and then they finished with it. And this is something that you and I had said we missed, when we talked about Raw recently. You know what, though, and I noticed about it? Even though we've been saying they need that one story that continues throughout the night and then continues to the next week. Despite the fact that we said that that's a formula that always had worked, what I noticed when they do it nowadays is it still doesn't matter. It doesn't work as well now because they just don't have the star power in that spot. Star power, and there's a lot more time to cover as well. What a troll, though. What a troll by Vince, dude. What a fucking troll. When they were just like, that's it, we're out of here. And then he comes out, I was like, oh my God, dude. I thought it was either going to be Alexa or Charlotte, but I thought Charlotte first. And I'm shocked, man. That was, you know what I mean? We're all upset if, but people kind of need to lighten up in a way, even though I freaked out at the beginning of the show. What a troll job by Vince. Seriously, that was he knows that people hate Charlotte. Yeah, he knows people are going to be pissed. It's going to be, a big reaction to it. Oh, fuck them, and makes you more sympathetic for Becky. But the problem is that if it ends up being just a triple threat versus the initial plan, I don't know how many people are going to be okay with it. See, I would have gone with, like I said, Becky crashing the party or crashing the apology. She's supposed to apologize over the phone because she's still suspended from the arena. But then she breaks in and attacks them in the ring while she's on the phone with them. So they can't believe she's coming. Nobody does. They think she's on the phone. But no, Becky's there. And it wouldn't even have been, I wouldn't have been upset had they eventually tied her up. Honestly, I would have liked if she attacked them, were beating the shit out of them, and people were cheering, hell yeah, this is great.
And then then they tied her up in the ropes. Maybe Triple H tied her up in the ropes, and Stephanie's like slapping her. But then how would they have continued with that story? So this is kind of weirdly interesting in a way. If it ends up being Becky and Ronda at WrestleMania, then that's what everybody wanted anyway. This just adds interest. So I'm trying to think of like what would have happened if it was like Stone Cold versus Bret Hart or whatever. But then they tried to make Stone Cold apologize before he had the match with Bret Hart. And then they brought out somebody else that was going to take his place in the match.
Yeah, Mick Foley was going to replace him, and it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. But even worse than that is to get to why she needed to apologize. The story last week was they wanted her to go to the doctor and get cleared. They didn't want her wrestling injured. So they weren't really holding her back. They wanted to make sure that she was able to compete at 100%, And they even kind of, after the fact, made some sense with WWE.com interviews and things of that nature, saying we've seen superstars not make it to Mania, and we've seen superstars, have to relinquish belts and opportunities afterwards. So we want to make sure that she's 100%. And it's how could you be mad at Stephanie and Triple H for wanting their talent to be it was just a really weird, it wasn't the authority holding her down as it felt like they were caring about the talent. And come to find out tonight, they accepted her apology. That was one and done. So that really was their intention, was to get her checked by the doctor. So her going and being so defiant, adamant, not to be seen by WWE's doctor because she was so suspicious and thinking that they were going to hold her down, she saw her own doctor and basically got, her former
Hey, they didn't
clearance.
let Daniel Bryan do that, but they let Becky do it. It's pretty cool.
But it just makes that whole scenario. So there was no point of her being so, just adamant and defiant to being seen by a doctor when she went to another doctor, which all led to her having the match anyways. And then,
I think they just came up with the story. I think they just came up with this. I think that's what it was.
It certainly feels that way. How uninspired can you get? And I know they were trying to make correlations to the Stone Cold type, character here.
Well, this veers it off into Back to the Future too. So
yeah, it's just
that's
to
not
me,
bad. Because
I understand.
If they kept going with the Stone Cold type of stuff, it would have been irritating. It seems like they started with that Stone Cold type of build, and now they've swerved us into the Daniel Bryan story.
Yeah,
and I really believe that's what they're kind of doing here. They're trying to troll all of us to make us all pissed off, to hate the shit out of Charlotte. And
it just makes them look foolish, though. On so many, it makes Becky look foolish even more so because. You got into a fight with Triple H and Stephanie about not wanting to go to the doctor to get cleared, and then you went to the doctor and got cleared. So that in itself, I mean, the storylines that they're throwing in here is just uninspired dribble and nonsense. It feels like you said they have no plan. They just threw it together instantly. Yeah. And then it doesn't help that the people running the show in the back all seem to be having a huge cocaine party while Raw's live, because I don't know if you noticed, they interrupted Elias, and then you see the segment starting to play between Finn and Becky, and then Elias, does his little guitar strum. There's his introduction. Then they start playing the segment. Right. I don't know if that one was intentional to interrupt him. I think they just flubbed on that. That was an actual mistake. But throughout the night, you have people wrestling. The women are wrestling in the ring. Nikki Cross is fighting, and then you stop. The focus in the ring to go and play a backstage segment between Ronda and Becky. How disrespectful is that to the wrestlers? Tonight felt, and a lot of people brought this up too on Twitter. I know I'm not crazy here. A lot of people said it felt very disjointed. It felt very rushed and disconnected. Even everything with Vince, it would have been nice if somebody had a chance to retort and say something, but that time constraint, the way they cut everybody off so quickly at 11 o'clock hurts the show.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there was some things that clearly made sense. I got what they did. I knew the tag belts were changing hands. I even tweeted it out. I was that confident. And one of the reasons why was because I felt that they wanted to move on finally with the belts. And number two, they wanted the crowd to start buzzing a bit to kind of wake up whoa, there was a title change. And now the Revival's on the map. Plus, they want to keep the Revival, obviously, and keep them away from whatever AEW or any of these other places. I don't know why. We'll see if Gable and... Bobby Roode, get a rematch or whatever. Let me play a donation, see if I can get these sounds going. Guys, what did you think of Monday Night Raw? Let us know now. I know I had a meltdown at the beginning of the show, and I might have another meltdown in a minute, to be honest, because I'm starting to freak out. But let's see what happens. 4,000 people watching right now.
You may be the man, but I am the older man, you dumb.
Mo Cox Show, thanks for the donation in the super chat, man. What's up? Yeah, that was good. Vince was good though. Again, like I'm the man. You know, I honestly think he's gonna play fucking asshole and then hand it over to Triple H in some kind of takeover storyline, and that will have Triple H being the face and Vince being the heel as he goes to do the XFL stuff. I really believe that that's what they're now setting us up for. Vince to go out like everyone's miserable with Vince's decisions and shit. I really wonder if that's what they're doing. And
it seems that way. We've heard that a few times too. So
let me call up.
What the fuck? The point is Vince.
Oh,
I want to drown myself in horse shit. Fuck Charlotte Flair. Fuck me. Fuck everything. I want to eat my arsehole baby bird style. Someone cue the Charlotte Peacock donation. I want to kill myself.
Jaff94, what's up, man? Thanks for the 316 donation. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe down below, hit the bell, all that bullshit. Don't miss out on the daily wrestling podcast reviews and all that other stuff. Thank you, Jaff94.
This is what it's like.
Oh, God.
To watch Monday night. Oh, what the hell am I staring at? What the fuck? Oh, Vince McMahon, you're killing me. Vince McMahon, this wrestling give me a disease. Oh, Monday Night Raw sucks. Oh, SmackDown Live also sucks. And oh, if they call someone up from NXT, I know they're gonna get really bad quickly. Oh, I wanna die.
Wow, John Wills did not like the show tonight.
I wanna die. Every Monday night.
Year after year after year, they F us over again and again with this shit. For the fourth fucking year since Royal Rumble 2015, FU WWE FU.
John Wills, thank you for the $15 Monday Night Raw sucked donation. I appreciate that, man. John Wills, what's up? Let's look at this a second, and we are going to go to phone calls and also calls on Discord as well in a little while. So let me tell you this. First of all, in the chat, if you want to keep giving your reviews, 1 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 10 out of 10, whatever you want to say, go ahead and do that. We'll be listening. We'll be looking in the chat to see what's up with that. Shout out to you, Sir John Wills, for the donation. Guys, also want to remind you, episode of Monetize This, the 200th episode of Monetize This.
200, baby.
My Friday night show that's been going for 6 years now almost, this Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. No wrestling talk, just insanity. But we're going to have cameras on and beer pong and all kinds of shit that's going on Friday night, so don't miss it. Episode 200. It's a milestone of Monetize This. We may have some old former co-hosts stopping by to hang out and have a good time on that as well. What do you think about... I'm trying to think of the EC3 shit. Like, I get it. It's 50-50 booking. Dean Ambrose, EC3. They're wrestling for the second time. Dean put him over. Now EC3 loses to Dean. I almost wonder if he wouldn't have grabbed the mic and said, like, let's go again, or let's, whatever. But it just kind of ended like that. So I'm assuming that they're going to continue with this.
Yeah, I mean, that was original speculation that we were going to see this feud go on for quite a bit of time.
Right.
And they had canceled the intergender match that was going to happen between Nia and Dean Ambrose as well. So that was originally advertised for a few different house shows, and they pulled that plug pretty quickly.
Weird.
Very odd. It was just thrown out there without any fanfare, and then they pulled the plug on it immediately afterwards. So I guess they said that they changed their mind before the adverts were supposed to go out, but they went out anyways without approval. So, hey, still odd decision. But, yeah, I don't mind the 50-50 booking now because, I mean, last week he got the upper hand by a quick roll-up. Now, Dean didn't exactly squash EC3. They were kind of equally matched. So I'm curious to see how it lasts going forward. Plus, we haven't gotten to hear EC3 speak, so there's more to it, I feel, that can be done here. I'm okay with that. My issue was Dean beforehand telling Seth, go get the beast. So out of character for him as a heel. I understand that he's leaving the company, so he's kind of just doing what he feels like, it seems.
Yeah.
but so random. I mean, what I originally heard, and I said this on Out of Nowhere, I believe, 2 weeks ago?
Well, they want to use Dean to like give confidence to Seth. Like it's
well, they want to use the
stupid.
Shield. They want to have Roman not be physical, but they want to have him at Mania. That the last tentative plan that I had heard was they wanted like a mini Shield reunion at Mania to help destroy Lesnar. This sets up a few things. It gives Dean a high note to go off on, and this was announced after Dean was leaving. They were still keeping their, this to be a possible tentative plan. It depends on Roman's health overall, but if he's healthy enough to film a movie and do other things, they're thinking he wouldn't get physical. The plan is he would be a distraction, so his music would hit, he would be out there, maybe come through the crowd, something along those lines.
Roman didn't need that when he beat him.
Well, that's the thing. Because they said that if this angle can't happen, the plan is to keep the belt on Lesnar till Roman returns.
Wow.
Yeah. So Seth would lose at Mania, which isn't that shocking to think, because think about how many people, Brock Lesnar has destroyed at Mania for years and years now.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, they only wanted to allow one of the new wrestlers from the current generation to beat Lesnar. And then that's the passing of the torch right there. And they finally did it with Roman. We thought maybe Daniel Bryan.
After so many losses against Lesnar. So many.
Yeah. And yes.
Definitive losses. Yeah.
And everybody's lost to the guy, except for Goldberg and Taker, but they're like veterans, so it's different. But again, I think WWE saw it like I did, which was like nobody from the new generation has beaten this guy and can beat this guy. So when somebody does, it's going to be nuts. And you knew it was going to be Roman. I mean, we did say like originally, like Daniel Bryan's got to do it. He's got to win the Rumble, something like that. And then he got injured, and then obviously that went out the window. But then it became obvious that they were just going to do Lesnar with it. And it's ridiculous, but it makes sense to do it. I mean, that's the confidence they had in Roman. They booked him like a mega superstar, superhero, insane. A lot of people are booked like this nowadays in movies and shows, and it's crazy. This sort of overbooking of people is why nobody likes movies and shit anymore.
Yeah, people are all super protected, and no one can die, permanently. There always has to be a way to fix the scenarios, no matter how serious the outcome, there's always a way out. So, yeah, that's a bit of the issue. People have like the Marvel franchise and things like that. So, and
I know like Hogan did for years, but even he Mania 1 was a tag match, Mania 2, 3, but even at Mania 4, things didn't work out, and Macho Man won the belt in the tournament. It wasn't Hogan, but he was there to hold up Macho's hand, of course, and I don't know, it's just always been like this with Vince. But that shocking ending tonight, because it really got me. Like, I was like, what are they doing? And I said, what are they going to, wait a minute, they're not going to end this show like that. There's got to be somebody's going to come out. And then when Ronda came out, I was like, well, even this, because there was such a build. I know that I started my show tonight flipping out about this, and I am angry. And if Charlotte is in the match, I'm going to be pissed off. But I don't want to be a mark, because I think they're working us. I really think the whole thing's a work. They know what they're doing, and they got us. It was actually... the more I think about it, it's actually kind of fucking brilliant. They started the show off with this whole apology, then, sounds good, we'll see ya. Wow, that's pretty amazing. It was almost like Triple H. See, you said it made him look stupid. I almost wonder if they couldn't...
That's their intended goal, yeah.
Yeah, if they couldn't have just said, like, yeah, thanks for saying sorry to us. We got you to say sorry to us, and then we let Vince basically suspend you.
Yeah, I wish they could throw in something like that, but they don't, because, like you said, I'll search the tweet too. Adam Ant had sent out earlier today that there's some type of plan in the works for Vince to go ahead, and when they're heading before XFL, that they're going to have Triple H do more and eventually take over, kind of like day to day storyline wise. So. Yeah. I'm okay with that if that's the plan here, because it kind of seems like that would make sense too with what they did tonight. Triple H got left out of the loop by Vince. Vince had his plan, told nobody, and he was going to have Charlotte be in, Mania. That's all there was to it. So
yeah, perhaps Vince is even like, kind of like booked almost like he's going senile or crazy, or like he's just too powerful, that type of deal.
Yeah, he's unwilling to,
to compromise or to budge, or he's doing things that hurt the company type of shit.
Yeah, he said hearing that with today's SEC filing, that Triple H will be taking over for an interim head of the company period after WrestleMania. It'll be 8 to 9 months before the launch of XFL, in which Vince will be prioritizing his time there.
Wow.
So it makes sense. Vince will be busy, and this was at the SEC filing as well. So I mean, that's pretty reassuring.
Right.
Makes sense. But yeah, I wasn't as surprised because I've known. I mean, it's been said for so long now since Becky originally got injured at Survivor Series and Charlotte replaced her. Then the way they got a reception from the audience and the match that they had between Charlotte and Ronda and their unfinished business with Charlotte attacking Ronda afterwards, we knew that they were going to meet up again, and the plan was tentatively to have a triple threat at Mania. So I wasn't surprised. I thought Ronda, when she came out, Triple H, we got the apology, and I was like, well, that's kind of silly the way they did it, but I heard Ronda's music. I said, okay, so she's going to come out, and then Charlotte will come out, and maybe she'll attack both of them, or something. So we got a different result at the very end than what I was expecting, but still like the same outcome. I had known and expected wholeheartedly Charlotte would be involved. And my biggest worry of it all is that there's so many fans, I'm seeing it's trending on Twitter, that are just upset. They don't want to see Charlotte here. They like Becky. They don't want to see her get, taken out of the match. And I'm worried that they're not going to be able to weather this storm. I'm concerned they're going to lose more fans now, and people aren't going to want to be willing to tune back in to see if Becky gets inserted back into the match.
Yeah, I don't think that they understand what they're doing. I get it. Like, okay, let me pretend that Charlotte won't be added to the match. I don't think they understand that today's crowd right now is not like, nobody is willing to be worked this way now. I don't know why that is, but it's
a lot to do with instant gratification too.
Yeah, people are gonna believe that you're fucking for real with the main event up until the end. So even if you this was all a work to get everybody angry and to do something while building to Mania, I get that. But I think that nowadays people don't have the patience for that because they're so mad at the product. I think that's why people don't trust the product. So nobody
Rightfully
is willing,
because of how many times we've seen these types of things happen.
Yeah, and with Reigns,
Bryan, with CM Punk, there's been so many times before we see something good, and enjoyable, and they squash it. Bray Wyatt.
If she's in the match, and this was legit in the match, if it's WrestleMania and Charlotte is in the match, then I'm sitting here going like, they are retarded. Like,
yeah,
they
I
have
think it will
lost
be
their
a triple
minds.
threat at the very least. I
Really?
think that is. I'm dead sold on that's the game plan.
Wow.
Everybody that source wise I've spoken to since Survivor Series has said, and I've been so against it, outspokenly against it. Even the Misfits said it. So many people have said it. Like, the triple threat is coming.
Do you think part of it is that they're
unavoidable.
not? Do you think part of it is that they don't really trust Ronda Rousey's ability? Like, because they feel that Ronda can't have this long sort of WrestleMania match. So if you put Charlotte in there, you can stretch that into a real main event. And with Ronda,
I really don't think that's the case. I could see someone making the argument for that, but honestly, because they had really good performances with Ronda with other wrestlers, that wasn't Charlotte so far. Pretty much every match she's been involved in, the fans have thoroughly enjoyed. Even with Nia,
her WrestleMania match last year was the best match of the WrestleMania.
And she had a lot of the main focus on her time-wise in the ring, so it wasn't like she was on the apron waiting for most of it. She's held up her end as well. So I don't think that's the case. I think it's just Charlotte, namesake, star power, and wanting her to be included. I mean, we know right now, why not have Charlotte face Asuka? They have unfinished business. We saw them last year to be like Mania 2, the rematch. I'm not crazy about that idea, but you figure that would make more sense. But they want Charlotte involved in the biggest match, the main event. It's like I always think back to when they said with CM Punk, oh, but you'll be facing Triple H, and he's like, but I want the main event. But that is the main event. It's Triple H.
It is a main event. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of line. Charlotte actually wants to be in the real main event. She doesn't want the consolation prize that is Asuka. They don't even have plans for Asuka at this point. They have no idea who she'll face or what she'll do. Nothing. Not a single relatively decent idea has been thrown back and forth. They're waiting to see what happens with the tag titles and Elimination Chamber and how the fans, receive that going forward.
Yeah. Well, let's see what
That's
you guys...
awful. You have a champion that they have nothing to do with.
Right.
And that says it because they focus on one or two storylines or talents at a time. The only two storylines they focused on tonight was the Lesnar match and the Ronda Rousey match. In Ronda, they interrupted people wrestling in the ring to make sure you were focused on it.
Right.
So,
well, let's check out what you guys are saying in the donations and see what's up.
Super chat. Super chat.
I rather have Super Cena than this.
Yeah, it's weird. I used to hate Super Cena and all that stuff. I'm so old school, and yeah, it's become worse somehow. I don't know. I can't believe it.
Super chat. Super chat.
Was Lousy Rousey that bad?
I mean, I don't know. I think she's all over the place with the wrestling. I know that guy that called me one time recently on left a voicemail, said he hated her wrestling. Well, maybe we'll play that voicemail in a minute because it's interesting.
About to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
Finally a good tag match on Raw. Old school wrestling. I love it. Congrats to the Revival, Joe. You're
Old
a
school,
maniac.
thanks, man.
Face with tears of joy. Face with tears of joy. Face with tears of joy.
I am a maniac. Old school, thanks for the $5. Yeah, I thought the match was pretty good. It had a really good ending. I thought that ending was really cool. That nobody saw that coming, really. I mean, I think the people that knew they were winning did. Like, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the surprise, somehow awesome finish, and I really would, if I was them, I'd be putting the Revival on this epic push as a tag team to hold the belts for a long time until they find a face team that could possibly beat them. And it feels like that's the situation.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go. About to get
John
it, man.
Wills
Here we
again.
go.
What's up, John?
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
I'm done with Wee's crap. Screw watching WrestleMania.
Wow, Jesus. He's even going to leave. He's even going to take off on WrestleMania, John Wills says.
Like I said, it's trending on Twitter. People are genuinely upset about Becky being taken out of the match, and I think it's going to work against them, especially at a time where the ratings are so,
Well, what's up with her being out of the... So they think they're going to take her out of the match, and then at the
she's suspended, and she's suspended till 5 days after Mania.
But then at the last minute, they're going to put her in the match. So that's
I don't know.
they're
They're going to have to work it in somehow, and I'm not quite sure. Are they going to have her attack Stephanie and hold the arm, disarm her on her, and you put me in the match or I'll break her arm, that kind of thing.
Right.
I don't know what they're going to do, but that's how I think it's going to turn into a triple threat.
Yeah.
And the cranny for best intro goes to Joe Cronin.
Hell yeah, William Ritchie. Dude, I haven't had any cran yet. The reason why, dude, I haven't even broken out the cran. I never would have started the show so pissed off if I had the cran.
Super chat.
Jacqueline Big Breast from Attitude Era Better.
Shy God, thanks for the $2. Man, I love Jackie. Big boobies, springboards off the rope, springboarding off her bra. It's great.
Pour me a beer. You've got a
Lil Killer. Yo, what's up, Lil Killer? Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. I don't think these numbers are real in here, by the way. I really don't believe this is. I don't.
Oh, I do.
I don't believe it. I don't do. How many new faces are in here right now?
Quite a few.
We've seen this many after Royal Rumble, WrestleMania.
We're on the up.
This show is like two guys seeking doesn't make sense.
Because then you get comments like, you smarks get everything you want and still complain. So there's quite a few new viewers.
Yeah, there's a lot of people upset. MWM 2 times. Thanks for the 1999. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? I mean, did anybody get what they wanted? Aren't people mad?
I don't feel so.
I really, like I said, I think people aren't ready to get into this type of trickery that Vince is doing. I think it's kind of smart what they're doing as far as writing. I get it, but again, I don't think it works for people. I think people are so mad. They want, like you said, instant stuff.
Yeah.
They want to know.
It almost seemed like at the beginning they were going to use your setup with Becky, but then it changed and Charlotte is not the female version of Roman Reigns. She's Ric Flair's daughter. They want her to be the female Rick.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, but Rick wasn't like this, though. Rick
got his own, and I don't know. He made himself in more times than not.
And I mean, Charlotte's great. Like, I do like Charlotte. I just don't like the way they've always really overbooked her.
She gets that Roman comparison, like Joe said, with the overbooking, with her getting given so many opportunities.
But I think they're playing on that now. Now I think they're using that like, we know that.
Yeah,
so
now I think they're a little more wink and nod, fourth wall aware of it. But and like Matt had said in the chat, they're advertising for Fastlane on the website at one point. It was supposed to be Charlotte versus Becky, which I had thought that was the plan to begin with. I had hoped anyways they would just feud with each other until Mania, and then we'd see Becky versus Ronda. And also 2 weeks we have Ric Flair's birthday. I mean, if they wanted to, you keep Becky off TV for the next 3 shows, SmackDown, Raw, and SmackDown.
Right.
Ric Flair's birthday, you have her beat the shit out of the old man, smash him into a cake or something, threaten to break his arm unless I get put in the mat, something like that. Go real extreme with it and make her a true badass.
Didn't somebody do that to him though? Not that long ago, like they were like, "I'll hurt your dad if you don't back out of this" or something. Wasn't that a couple years ago?
There was some angle like that, but
might have been in NXT. I don't remember though.
All the time we get things that are parallel to each other. I'm not saying it's great, it's a 30-second thought. But if we sit here and actually map something out, that's the problem. Nothing is following any form of continuity. You even said earlier, it felt like they threw it together very, very, very quickly. So that was the problem with Raw. It felt very rushed. The promos were on top of each other. It just, I'm not sure why they gave so much time to that 6-man tag match. That seemed to go on forever with Braun.
Oh my God, dude. What the hell was that? Dude, that shit was an hour long. It had to have been.
It just felt forever long. You give 3 minutes to Dean and EC3. You give, the Revival 20 minutes, which was good. I mean, that was obviously the match of the night and a highlight.
God.
But everything else was just.
And now we're gonna make it a 6-man tag or whatever. It's like, I want to die. I want to die. I don't care about this. They could have done the same thing, but if they chopped off like half the time. Like I was like, am I still watching Finn Balor and these guys in the ring now? Has it been 40 minutes? Like, can I die now? Like, I mean, can my power go out? What the hell is this?
And it started off, as well, essentially with Elias. So you had his segment.
I liked what Elias said, by the way. Elias's song, I thought Elias's song was fucking hilarious.
That was really funny. I enjoyed that. That was even with Lucha House Party coming out there. That was entertaining. Kalisto playing the guitar, and I'll give them credit.
Really, I called them Lucha.
But I didn't mind it because they didn't overstay their welcome. And Elias, got to hit him with the guitar, and they went ahead and he sang his song, and that was it. It was done. It didn't turn into this big back and forth and match and everything. Like it was funny. It was over. And it wasn't super long either. Well, I didn't mind the Lucha House Party coming in trying to join the Elias rock concert.
What's more surprising, the way Raw ended or Tommy NC making it into a Shane Dawson vlog?
I think that's more surprising.
What the hell
definitely
was that?
Tommy. I didn't see it yet, but I saw clips of it on Twitter.
Jay White as IWGP champ is better than WWE and Raw.
Hey, probably no doubt, Glorious Eugene, but then again, is he drawing the numbers these guys are? Glorious Eugene, thanks for the donation, man.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man.
Fade to black.
Here we go. Oh, no.
Junior and Jerry talked about a storyline having beginning, middle, and end to show though like they had tonight on Jericho Cruise on Talk is Jericho.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man. Fade to black. Thanks, man. I mean, that's kind of what we've been talking about here. Yeah. The difference is, again, you see it when it's not as meaningful and you have no stars still. Like, they did do that part of it, so I give them that. And this was at least something to talk about. See, we're here. We have some things to talk about tonight. Unlike, I think was it last week where we were just dead? Was that true?
Yeah, we were destroyed.
Yeah, we were dead.
So exhausted. The week before even wasn't as bad as last week, but both were pretty bad. So
yeah, so no matter what, like tonight's energy was better than last week at least.
Here we go, about to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go.
Fade to black is dropping these donos.
No.
Is this setting up Vince versus HHH at Mania for control of company so Vince can storyline out?
Yeah.
So he can do XFL.
There you go.
Adam said HHH taking over after Mania.
Yeah, you're basically right. Fade to black. I mean, I really think that this is really happening. They're setting up Vince to be dickhead number 1000, so that they can, go ahead and move Triple H in. And it really just seems like they are doing that. I'm not joking. It's very weird.
Yeah, it started tonight, but it seemed to make sense, like you said when you pointed it out. I wasn't looking at that angle. I was like, oh, it made Triple H look like a fool, but when you put 2 and 2 together, you get 5.
Hell yeah!
I hear they want to do Steven and Becky at SummerSlam, and Joe, you need a dartboard so you won't break your equipment, lol.
Yeah, Freddie Mitchell, it's funny that you just said I need a dartboard, but because Monetize This is Friday, I actually ordered one off Amazon, so I got one coming here.
I love Leah.
Leah?
She's like, you can't have darts. The kids. You're like, what are our kids, retards?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what do we have knives.
You put the darts away, you know?
We have fucking knives. Like,
Hell yeah!
the dog is biting
Raw
people.
opens. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. McIntyre v. Balor gets interrupted. Commercial. Now it's a 6-man tag. Brock's not there. Authority is the bad guy. Vince forces a superstar we hate to Mania. This new Raw is so refreshing. 2/10 greater than #F.
Stow Code Steve Boston. Thank you, man.
You piece of shit.
This
Oh,
is
no.
what it's like.
Not
to
again.
watch Monday
Not
Night.
again.
Oh, what the hell am I staring at? What the fuck?
Oh.
Vince McMahon, you're killing me. Vince McMahon, this wrestling give me a disease. Oh, Monday Night Raw sucks. Oh,
SmackDown also sucks.
Oh. If they call someone up from NXT, I know they're gonna get really bad quickly. Oh, I wanna die. Wrestling die. I wanna die. Every Monday night.
Here it comes.
So weird that they brought out Vince McMahon to announce Charlotte in the main event. Meltzer was right. They are planting the seeds for a triple threat main event of Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I mean, so many talked about it, but yeah, it originally came from him, maybe. Bison News, thank you for the $15, man. He is so mad at Raw that he's dropping money. Like, this happens. Like, people get pissed at Raw. They just start fucking throwing money. Like, it's fucking crazy. Listen, nobody wants it. I don't know. Who did you guys want a triple threat match or no? Like, what does the chat think here? Everybody in the chat, do you want a triple threat match with Charlotte, or are you pissed off? You know, I think I know the answer, but you know, go ahead and let me know anyway.
Yeah, pipe in.
What else do you think about everything about Raw? I mean, I thought the beginning and the end, of course, are interesting.
Shit bum.
Why do black people call each other brothers?
Oh my God!
Because they don't know who their fathers are.
Oh
Watch
my God!
faster than a black kid running down the street with your TV.
Oh.
His brother with your Xbox. If pronouncing my B's as V's makes me sound Russian, then Soviet.
Soviets.
Oh my God! What the fuck? You
That last one was
racist
good.
asshole!
Oh,
Racist
every time.
asshole! God damn it! What? Oh.
You piece of shit.
Let's beast with Recon, bruh.
All right, brah.
Good thing
Let's
Tommy's
beast.
not coming Friday. You have to hide all your quarters.
Holy
Right.
shit, if we never watched NXT, Raw, Impact, and soon AU, Raw and SmackDown would be the only reason I stopped watching forever. #WTF. The point is Vince 2/10.
Yeah! Wow.
What the point is.
Joe Green with a hot 29 and a hot 316. Joe Green, thank you, man. What the fuck the point is, Vince?
What the fuck the point is, Vince?
That rant by Tommy was great.
That is
What the
classic.
fuck the point
Here we
is,
go. About to
Vince?
get it, man. Here we go.
Here we
Here
go.
we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
This is just as bad as Roman being inserted into everything.
Whisper Zeta, what's up? Yeah, I mean, I think that's why people are just are so mad at Charlotte. They see Charlotte as the female Roman Reigns, and I mean, I wonder if I'm giving them maybe too much credit, and I'm saying like they're using Charlotte to get everybody pissed off to stack the deck against Ronda, so they can insert her in later. Maybe, but also, what if they just really thought this was a cool idea on how to bring Charlotte into the match? What if it isn't that they're trying to piss us off And
they just think it's a good way to bring her in.
Yeah, Vince was like, well, I know how we can get Charlotte in the match, and now there's 2 heels against Becky. It's very similar to, again, this really reminds me of Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30. Remember, he had to beat, Batista got booed, he won the Rumble.
Randy Orton, yeah.
And then he got Randy Orton. It was like people were sick of the old guard of these
no
boring...
one wanted to see Orton and Batista. And
yeah, so I just wonder which one of these is it?
That's why I said, though, it feels so uninspired because it is just the same old. There's so many parallels to everything we've seen before. You're telling me with all these creative minds in the back, not one can come up with something original?
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, you'd think so. I mean, this kind of is. This is a little original. I mean, I that's the one thing I say. I'm not saying I like it, but I mean, what did you think was going to happen? I didn't think. I mean, I felt like something's going to happen because they're not going to just end it like this. But for Vince McMahon out of nowhere to come out and be like, you know what? Actually, you're suspended 60 days. And Charlotte's going to take your place. Like I wasn't
expecting Vince. I was just expecting Charlotte to come out and lead to either, like I said, a beatdown or Triple H and Stephanie pulling the wool,
But
over
tonight,
her eyes I genuinely that's what I had thought.
See, when Ronda came out, I just thought, they're going to stare each other down, and it's going to go off the air with, Becky made the right decision, and she will face Ronda, and it was going to end. And I was like, wow, this sucks. And I thought something was going to happen, but even if Charlotte came out, I would have said, okay, this still kind of sucks. But for fucking Vince to come out and then say, you know what, fuck them. Yeah, he said thank you to them, but no, I don't forgive you. 60-day suspension and Charlotte's in the match. It was like a double whammy. He could have just said, you're suspended 60 days, and then that's it. But instead, you're suspended 60 days, and here's Charlotte to replace you. Was like, whoa. Like, that was kind of fucking interesting in a weird way, even though I was pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I really honestly expected Charlotte to show up in some way, shape, or form, especially since they already had Becky on Raw. I figured that she would be there possibly right when she was about to apologize. I thought we were going to see Charlotte, and then once Ronda started to come out, I really thought Charlotte was going to come out and start attacking both of them.
What a fail of a brand split this is! What a failure!
Hands down, no doubt. I mean, if you look at the card for Elimination Chamber, and it's a mess, and so much of it is combined together between both brands at this point. For the women's tag, they don't have enough women on either show to make up 6 teams, so you're combining Raw and SmackDown, and there's so many feuds that just have run its course. We've seen these things so many times, it's infuriating. I mean, we're getting, again, Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. And they tweeted that out earlier today around 5 o'clock. Tweeted it out. Couldn't even bring it up on Raw until much later. It couldn't be originally announced on Raw either. It has to be tweeted. And then we're getting Finn Balor. He's going to be taking on Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush in a handicap match for the IC title. I mean, there's just so many feuds that we saw for the better part of 2018. And this is supposed to be, we promise you, we hear your complaints, we hear your criticisms, we're going to make things new and fresh and interesting. How? When? And then they officially announced the Superstar Shakeup is going to take place in Montreal, April, I think, 15th and 16th on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, and how is this listening to the crowd? That's the other weird thing about it. Like, we're going to listen to all of you. Now, was that them out of character, trying to wink at us, like, full shoot, saying we're going to listen to you? And then now they're back to their characters? Is that what it is? Because that makes sense. But if they were...
I certainly hope that's the case.
Like, I'm just... I don't get it. All that's changed is the entire McMahon family is the GM. That's all.
And we were supposed to be the general managers.
Yeah, we're supposed to be general.
We were supposed to be the ones that make the decisions.
And I don't want to either. I don't want all the fans to make all the decisions 100%. But
no, because then what would happen? Samoa Joe would be the champion every week. Finn Balor would never lose. Things like that. You would get a couple. Things have to happen. The guy you like has to lose. I get that, but there's just so many times where we're seeing tonight the Revival. It was a great match, but I didn't really give a damn that they won because I've had no interest in the Raw tag division.
Yeah, a lot of people said that.
I love Finn Balor. I'm a big Finn Balor fan, have been for years. But if he does in fact beat, both the odds with Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush Sunday to win the IC title, I'm not going to be excited because of the match, and that's unfortunate. It shouldn't be that way. And, you should base it off the performances, but it's the feud that makes you want to see the match, and there's just no interest. There's no excitement. There's no allure. There's nothing special about this. We've seen the match. We've seen the outcomes in all different forms and variations. There's not much else that we can get for it. It's like trying to get blood from a stone at this point. That's why the shakeup can't come soon enough. They need to have fresh faces, fresh feuds. It just, I wish the brand split would be done altogether. Then going to Fox kills that possibility, obviously. But
guys, what's up in the chat? Welcome to all the new viewers, some of the old ones. It seems to be a lot of people in here tonight, about 3,000 more than usual. Because we usually have about 2,000 people in here. I'm gonna get 1,200, 1,500. I'm betting that everybody. I think something's fucking weird and there's like an inflated number or an algorithm thing going on. Because I don't think we really have this many people in here. I mean, if you're new in the chat, feel free to shout.
We're trending on YouTube. So.
Yeah. What? Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what it is then. Bad News, what's up in the chat? Bad News, how you doing, man? He wants his nickname to be Bad News Big Schlong. So let's go ahead and get him. Yo, what up to Bad News Big Schlong in the chat? Brian Z, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? Fake account wants to talk about Big Papa Pump. Shout out to everybody who's subscribed. And are you excited for AEW? What's SmackDown going to be like tomorrow? We're going to go to Discord and see what you guys are saying over on the Discord. People want to talk, so we use Discord right now, but we will be going back to the Skype number soon. New viewer here because of Raw's crazy ending, says Jared Horton. Thank you, man. That could be it. The way Raw went off the air was so interesting that the internet searches are going up like crazy right now. So I do believe it is possible that's why we have 3,000 more in here than usual. It's because the ending was so nutty. So that could be it. But Joe in the chat claims that he's part of 2,000 people. Motor City, he wants Madhouse. Let me eat that asshole, Joe. Listen, I'll ask my wife, man. If she says it's a go, then let's do it, man. I'll be your Finn Balor, brother, because I think he goes both ways. So that's all cool, man. It's all
Finn
good.
Balor's for everyone.
There's the Discord. I'm leaving the Discord link there. Jump over to Discord, hop in the on hold section, and we'll try to get you on the show to talk about what you guys thought of Monday Night Raw tonight. Plus, you can donate live if you want to support my show. Super chat down below the $sign, or if you go over to the description box and go to streamlabs.com/Joe Cronin Show, use that link. You can use PayPal, all that stuff. And if you go to the bottom of my description, all the way to the bottom, all the donation goofy amounts that go off are there. You don't have to donate, but if you want to support the show and have some fun and say some shit, feel free to say whatever you want and whatever happens. Let's see what happens.
Super
We'll go to the calls in a second.
Probably will have every SD women against Asuka.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's weird. I said, dude, just make Charlotte versus Asuka. That's a great match at WrestleMania to complement Ronda and Becky. But, man, if they go this route, how just weird is that?
Because who's left on SmackDown for her to face? Carmella?
Yeah,
or one of the Iconics or Naomi. No one else feels like they're
Alexa Bliss
ready. Yeah, well,
Alexa
she's on
Bliss.
Raw, so
she's gonna work her way over. Who cares? They're all bouncing around.
That's the thing; they don't care. But if you're sticking with the split,
here we go. Oh, no!
I mean, they don't care.
People thinking that adding Becky back to the match and make a triple threat match will make fans feel better. The fuck out of here with this BS.
Yeah, John Wills, thank you for the $5. John, you're on fire tonight, John Wills. Yeah, I really think they believe, all right, let's knock Becky down now this way, and then in the end, somehow Becky will get added back to the match again, and then everyone will go, whoa, because the fact of the matter is the Rumble is just too far away from WrestleMania now, it feels like. Because of all the stuff they have to do. Back in the day, it felt like, wow, it's almost WrestleMania, and you won the Rumble, it's go time. But
yeah,
now,
you had like a month and a half, it seemed.
Yes.
That's usually how it felt.
Now it's like there's like 3 pay-per-views and shit before we get there.
Got a new subscriber.
Weedy King, thank you very much for subbing to the channel, man.
Yeah, we got Elimination Chamber and Fastlane to get through, so.
Everybody give him some love in the chat. Yeah, there's a lot of shit to do. So it just weighs the excitement down. And so this is like weighing it way down and then to bring it back up again, I guess, and whatever. Yo, everybody have a drink. Have a beer for Tony Love 73. What's up, Tony? Welcome to the JCS Army. Another JCS Army member. Ready, willing, and able to fight somebody with his bare hands. Tony has bare hands that he fights with. That's why he subscribed to the channel, because he's a beast.
Super chat. Super chat.
Raw didn't watch 10 AAF derail XFL before it starts.
J Real 24/7/11. Thanks, man. Yeah, I couldn't watch, huh? Well, this other NFL league, football league is already getting hot. XFL's behind the ball.
Here we go, about to get it, man.
They're in trouble.
Here we go. Oh, no.
What's up, Elliot?
So what's the feeing point of a women's Royal Rumble if this is what they were gonna do? Anyway.
It doesn't make any sense, Elliot. And over the years, they've started a little bit to devalue the Royal Rumble when they do things like this. And I absolutely hate it every time they do something like this, where they basically throw out the Rumble.
I hate it when they have people defend their Rumble victories, too.
That, too. That's ridiculous.
Oh, I'll defend my spot. They did it with Cena and Punk, and they've had it, happen before, and it's just infuriating.
Oh, God, I hate that. I really hate it, dude. I want to eat my own skin at the idea of it. Like, I've always hated it. What? Yeah, your foreskin.
Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man.
Oh, my God, the Goon's in the house. What's up, Goon?
No.
Mania will be saved if we get Dean versus Seth in a death match and Shane versus Miz in a wife on a pole match.
You know you ain't getting that. The Goon. Yo, Goon, thanks for the $5, Goon, you motherfucker.
You know you're not getting that, Goon. Come on.
You piece of shit.
You piece of shit.
Let's beast.
And now Adamant said that he's hearing Batista signed with WWE, and he'll be part of an angle with Triple H. Batista versus Triple H for company control.
Nice. So that means Triple H is healing up the right way.
Yeah, well, he said it was either a Facebook or an Instagram stream that he was doing better with rehab. So Triple H did.
Nice. Yeah, I heard he was behind a little bit. Then he probably jumped up, I guess.
Yeah.
We thought he would be healed probably by March 1st. We were talking about he's probably going to be pretty much he could go on March 1st. And this was just us guessing about how Triple H heals and how he works.
Yeah, because he rehabs like a friggin' beast. So
yeah, and let's hope
no other.
Let's hope he's 80 to 90% by March 1st. Because if he is, then it's just going to be stretching it out for the next 30 days to get to Mania. Is Mania falling in April?
Yeah, it's the first week, April
2nd, 5th,
something like that. Yeah.
What else did we not talk about? Something on Raw that we missed? I thought Elias's song was good. We talked about that. So I thought Becky's. Even though I don't like Charlotte being added to the match, I don't really want that. I enjoyed the way that they set it up and carried that story throughout the night, I guess. And I enjoyed Elias's song. And is there something else I'm forgetting? There might have been one other thing that I liked.
April 7th is WrestleMania 35. So
okay.
Yeah, now it's going around too. So Adam said it. Now Dave Bautista in talks with WWE for WrestleMania 35 match. So look at that. He's right on time. As far as Raw tonight goes, I did enjoy the beginning. I liked the interaction between Stephanie and Triple H and Becky. Her saying, I'll hit you harder. And she seems very, very, very paranoid and a little delusional with certain things. I know she doesn't want anybody to take away the match from her, and she's worked her ass off. But like I said, it made her look a little bit silly with the whole doctor angle. But the performance was good, so I don't want to attack it. She's take your apology and shove it up your ass as she walks away, and I liked it. So then we had Sasha and Bayley take on Nia Jax and Tamina versus Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. And whoever lost would be the first one to start in the Elimination Chamber match. So it was a bit odd, but it seems that the way I took it, Bayley and Banks will be the first entrants in the Chamber match.
Right.
And I think they're just going to, have them feel like, they'll never be able to overcome the odds. But I think you agreed that, Sasha and Bayley would be the ones to win the tag titles for months now. Since before Evolution, when we heard about the women's tag team title belts coming out, we thought that Sasha and Bayley would be the first champions. So
yeah, again, it does still seem like they're going to do that.
Yeah, it just makes them feel like even more of the shorthanded underdogs, and they have such a big hill to climb, such a situation to conquer. But I think that's what we're going to see on Sunday. That they'll overcome all of the obstacles and they'll win the titles.
Yeah, it feels like they're going to carry those.
I did like what we saw backstage. That was good. I every time we saw Becky with Finn Balor, I even liked the little thing where she's like, "Oh, your abs are still great." That kind of joke. That was funny. Her and Alexa Bliss backstage was well represented. Alexa was trying to be a little devious and seem sincere, and obviously was called out for it. She says there's no genuine bone in your body. Those things were fun, so I didn't mind those. I like that they continued to tell the story backstage. I just wish they didn't cut into people's matches and Elias's segment and things like that, but that's not a fault of the wrestlers. That's production. So
right.
I also didn't mind the Lucha House Party having fun with the guitar and stuff because we got to see them, one of them get laid out by Elias, so that worked for me. I liked Elias's song. All in all, it wasn't a terrible night, but it was infuriating at times, and a lot of it was. I think the 6-man tag really, like the whole second.
That
hour,
was just way too long.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
When Finn Balor came out, Drew McIntyre, they have that little 3 to 4 minute like disqualification ending match. Then everybody runs in. It becomes the 6-man tag. Then they have the shit angle where you see the foot on the rope and Mike Rome says that he's restarting the match. It's like, all right, fine. We get through all that. It just went on way too long. The crowd seemed to be hot for Braun still, and they really were cheering for Kurt Angle, but it's something so many times, rinse and repeat that I had no interest in it at all.
I wanted to call Just Call Me Luke because he was
there tonight.
Hey, I want to say real quick too, we just hit 5,000 live viewers, so I want to say thank you to all the viewers for getting us up there, way up there. We are as usual, actually, the number one watched wrestling review show live on YouTube. We are still in the number one spot, so give everybody a round of applause for that. But we are trending on YouTube in several categories, which doesn't always happen, so that's pretty freaking cool. Just Call Me Luke's on the phone. He was there. What's up, Luke?
Dude, what's going on?
Dude, let's go, man. Let's go to
Long
the
time
beach.
no speak.
Yeah, no shit.
Bruh.
But yeah, no, I was there tonight. And I mean,
I'm sorry.
The story, yeah, no, I really do feel bad for people who watch it on TV now actually being there. Whether or not you guys heard it or not, the crowd was actually pretty into it until the end. And then the revival match kicked in, and that went on 20 minutes to a half hour, and they were really performing. So, and that match went over really well. Everyone was chanting that this is awesome shit.
Was it that long? I feel like the revival match was kind of like 12 minutes.
Oh no, dude! Unless it was commercials cutting into it like shit. It went on.
Yeah, the match I think was like 20 or 21 minutes.
Yeah, it went on.
But it was nothing like that fucking goddamn Baron Corbin match. That thing was forever.
Well, I mean, it was forever, but holy shit, dude! Again, they probably muted the shit out of it just because they can. But Braun.
No, they're not going to mute the crowd. No, they're not going to mute the crowd. I mean, they don't pick up the crowd good enough. They wanted that. They want those matches to get over and people to cheer. Just on TV, we were just like, murder us.
Yeah, bored to shit, and I would have been too if I had been watching on TV. But obviously, I was enjoying myself just being there. First time.
It's always like 3 points higher when you're there. I mean, I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. But I mean, if you're there, 3, 4, 5, maybe it's a 5. I don't know. But I mean, if you thought it was a 5,
I'll tell you this though. When Vince came out, that I was listening to the show on the way home, and yeah, I mean, it was just that threw everyone for a loop. We're like, what the fuck is going on? And then all of a sudden he's like, no, you're suspended 60 days.
Always like
more or less like you said, fuck you.
Right.
We're gonna put Charlotte in there instead. Nothing you could do about it. I mean, everyone was pissed, dude. We were all booing to shit. And then it was so bad. And then after the cameras came off, Ruby Riott again came down, more or less said, I'm the number one contender, blah, blah, blah. They had a big old spat. Becky locked in an armbar or disarmer on Liv, I think it was. And then Ruby Riott was getting an armbar from Ronda. That was basically it. But yeah,
send the crowd home happy, and
Yeah,
that's okay. The thing was, we didn't hear the crowd boo Vince's announcement because they had Charlotte's music piped in so loud.
Oh, dude!
So you didn't really get as much of the reaction to his announcement. I feel like.
Yes, dude. Everyone was just booing to shit.
It also seemed like the arena wasn't mic'd very well at all because you guys didn't come across much for most of it. And you said, that people were going nuts at Vanendale Center Arena, whatever.
Right.
The Van Andel Arena. Yes.
Van Andel.
Yeah, that's a big local guy here who sponsors everything and everything.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell is that? Did that guy win the? Did that guy win the war? That guy won the war for you guys.
That last name in that town in Grand Rapids, dude. Yeah, with that name is everywhere.
It's a big name,
regardless of where you
go. It's
go.
like the mafia.
I get that.
Oh, dude, he is the mafia. Like legit, that family is the mafia. But I don't know how else to put that. They are the mafia of Grand Rapids. They built the city. But no, I mean, everyone was just, even like the beginning matches, like the stuff you guys didn't see, the dark matches for main event. Heavy Machinery went on. They got over like crazy. And then oh shit.
Is this the dark match?
Yeah, some dark matches. There were two of them. Heavy Machinery was on. They faced the Ascension. And Heavy Machinery was awesome. Everyone loved them. And then Jinder and his little two gay boys fought Tyler Breeze and the B Team. And Tyler Breeze, I tell you what, for whatever fucking reason, he was being loved to shit.
Like, I mean, people like him, man. Yeah, they
out of nowhere. Like, I don't like Tyler Breeze. I think he's just an annoying little prick. But everyone else in that arena loved him. I was like, whatever. But those two dark matches were decent.
Where's he from? Where's Tyler Breeze from?
Oh fuck, dude, I don't know. Like maybe California. I don't know.
Like
maybe
really?
Florida. One of the warm states where it's not freezing raining and all the time. Like
I thought he was. Tonight. I thought he was from Canada somewhere, but I don't remember.
No.
I thought he was from Florida, but
he lives in Florida now, but I thought he was from Canada.
Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, like I said, everyone else's interest, like you guys were, in order to stick around for the end of the show, was just Becky's announcement.
Yeah, he came from Canada, Joe. Sorry to interrupt, but you're right.
He is from Canada. Aha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
British Columbia, Canada. So.
Well, up here in Canada, they teach us how to wrestle. We don't have guns that kill each other on every street corner like in America. Shut up, Brett. All right. I'm glad you had a good time, though.
British Columbia, Canada. Yep.
What was the best part of the show tonight for you, being there live?
Honestly, the 6-man tag was pretty good. Just because
the thing we hated the most.
Yeah,
the thing we hated the most
ended up getting one of the most over throughout the whole thing.
Well, it was an exciting thing. It was a classic sort of for the fans type match. The thing I don't get is like referees never come out and fix things. And then here comes the referee to fix this for some reason. It was such a hokey indie classic wrestling thing that they did.
It was.
And the fact that the match was so damn long, a match that became another match that ended up continuing, like, dude, it felt as long as HBK and Brett in the Iron Man match. I was like, wow.
Dude, and I'm sure they cut that shit for commercials like no other, didn't they?
I wish. I almost wish they did.
Here, their notes. I mean, there was a few, but I think there was.
It wasn't that crazy. It was just the match was just long. I mean, it was like
because we had a commercial break before Finn and Drew came out. Then they made their entrances. We had a commercial.
Yep.
And then we had their 3-minute DQ, match where everybody ran in. Once Drew McIntyre and Corbin kind of regained their composure before the match started, that was a commercial.
Yep.
And then once McIntyre sent Kurt Angle out of the ramp, onto the towards the ramp area, out through the ropes, that was another commercial.
Yeah.
And then they restarted the match. That was a commercial.
Oh.
And then we had the conclusion. So all in all, there was 1, 2, 3, 4 commercial breaks, including the break for entrances.
I can't believe you're in the match, Charlotte. Charlotte, why are you in the match, Charlotte?
But for real though, we all thought that Drew McIntyre legit hurt his back. He went when he Claymore kicked Strowman over the what's it called, the ring side.
Yeah,
the barricade. He landed hard on his back. Like it wasn't no like kayfabe shit. He legit landed hard, and he was grabbing his back pretty good. Wow. We all thought for a minute that he might like have to sit out for a while.
How's your back there? You're
like how Kurt Angle did. He literally slept on the stairs.
Right.
Like 3/4 of the match, he slept on the stairs. It was either that, like old time grandpa need a nap time, or legit he was on his phone texting. We don't know, but
probably the latter. Yeah, he's on Twitter.
He's on Twitter, making sure that Jason Jordan's okay.
Break his back like Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And, the other thing too, no one realized that the Kevin Owens promo was going on till like
really
3/4 of the way through.
Wow.
Because again, it was so like you said, it was so rushed at some points. It, all of a sudden you pipe in Kevin Owens, we kind of thinking what the fuck's going on, and then we realize this is a return speech. Setting himself up. We're just like,
it was a weird way. Was that weird? He's at a bowling alley. He's like, I've been told I gotta say something. Yeah, I'm coming back. And
that they filmed it with a potato, like.
Yeah.
And then they had all this weird cutting out.
I have a problem with that though, because if you're gonna do it for Kevin, why aren't you doing it for Sammy as well?
Or
like what
they might, but
like. If one thing happens with it, just with those two in general, knowing their history and shit, if one person is out and announces his return, his potential return, you would think they would do the same for Sammy. I hope they do.
I
don't even care. I just hope they do the right thing to entertain us, and if they have something planned for him, then cool, okay. But what I didn't get about it was they had that weird fuzzy stuff in his video. And I'm like,
that wasn't, that was obviously edited in. It was supposed to be like little glitches in the recording and stuff.
Because
I don't know. It didn't make any sense.
I'll tell you why. Can I tell you why? I'll tell you why I thought they did it. I thought they did it because he was going to throw a strike at the end. And I was like, they're going to do that. So if he fucks up, they can use that to edit. And then he's rolling the ball and he gets a strike on his first try. But then he rolls a gutter. And then I went, well, then what the hell was the need for all that interference then?
Exactly. There was no point to it. There was no payoff. So
it was literally as if an overzealous producer was like, listen, this camera video he sent us isn't that good, so do something weird to keep people's attention or something.
Make it look like it's even shittier, and so it really looks like home video. That was their idea. Because iPhones record pretty decent in HD and stuff, so they're like, oh, well, this isn't great quality, so make it look like it's, definitely home video. Not, this gives it more of a natural approach, like he really filmed it himself. There was no production crew.
Maybe in Canada they have camcorders still, and they don't quite record right.
Yeah, on the Betamax.
But it was clearly a digital effect though, so it just kept taking me out of it. I was trying to listen to him, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck was that?
Like I said, we in the crowd didn't know what was going on till like 3/4 of the way through, just because it was happening so quick.
Honestly, in the crowd,
it also kind of looked like a commercial break at first too.
But yes, it did.
If you're in the crowd, that actually looks like the Titantron malfunctioning. I'm not.
It did.
Did really, because it looks like a digital projection error.
Yeah,
that's so weird. That's so bizarre.
It was odd too, because now we saw this kind of like quasi face heel thing going on. Like Owens was still supposed to be a heel, but he was being portrayed as a face because Braun was bullying him and attacking him endlessly and ruthlessly for no reason. You saw Owens be like, my son idolizes you and I want to be your friend and I'm trying to help you, and Braun just continued to assault him and took him out in a porta potty and flipped his car and did all this awful shit to him. So there was a reason to be sympathetic towards him, even though most of the fans cheered Braun. It was a very weird angle. And then he got injured by Bobby Lashley. So now he's coming back. And if they do this right and make him a really good face, I think it could be really good. He's got a very likable personality. So I'm just curious how they handle it. I don't want to see him come back as a face and then immediately get flipped as a heel either, like 2 weeks later.
Oh, they'll do that. They just did that with Rusev. More or less.
Yeah,
Rusev and Shinsuke.
I know.
The same fucking thing. Who's to say they're not going to do it with Kevin Owens? Knowing them, they will. It just, how they work. You know, that's how they are. And
but they try to portray him as like this hardworking family man, and we've known from the get-go, even in NXT, that his son and his wife was his main motivation for everything to him. So they're like really stepping up that family man motif and trying to hammer that home. So I'm okay with that. I'm leery about the babyface angle. I think it could be excellent, but it's hard to give them credit for anything at this point in time, or at least the benefit of the doubt.
Luke, anything you want to say before you get out of here, man?
Yes. A couple other things. Attendance wise, was because we are a smaller arena. All of the lower bowl and floor was completely sold out. Even the hard camera side was completely sold out. And like I had for pictures, all of the upper section from the middle of the arena onwards through the hard camera side was completely tarped off. You could not get a ticket up there whatsoever. And that was kind of surprising. Again, we're just a smaller arena.
Right.
Well, max capacity, the arena holds 10,800. So
yeah, I mean, we have enough to fill the place, and it would have filled the place.
So they sold about 9,000 tickets, probably.
Yeah, rough, something like that.
And that's up compared to some other places too. Because there's some other places that do 8,000, and their capacity is 15,000.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing: people may not know Grand Rapids or like Michigan in general, other than Detroit.
I think people know Grand Rapids, though. That's a very popular.
They keep coming back for a reason, and this is like at least the third time, whether it's a SmackDown or a Raw, that they've come back in the past year or two. They get great turnout, other than the sections they tarp off. But then I mean, other than that, just being there, thank God I didn't have to listen to Michael Cole on commentary. Oh, it just makes it makes the show so much better. Just not hearing his voice, or not even hearing Corey Graves' voice.
Yeah, God, they were awful tonight. There was one good exchange between Renee and Corey that was funny. I can't quite remember what it was, but everything mostly was piss poor. I would have rather had Nigel out there. Oh, look, Mauro, he's dislocated his leg. You can tell by the look on Johnny Gargano's face that it may be the end here. How's he going to win a match with a broken wheel? Well, I don't know what they're going to have to do. What Johnny Gargano's going to have to do in this match, but you can see the look of anguish on his face. You're absolutely right, Mauro. Oh, my goodness. You can feel the pain home watching this. Sorry. But no, I'm so glad I couldn't hear these guys. Yeah, I'm so glad you couldn't hear these guys. I'm happy for you that you couldn't hear them, because it was AIDS watching at home.
It was so funny, though, watching them book out the way they did. I mean, I understand the show's done,
right?
But they like ran off stage. It was really funny. And then Renee Young getting her makeup done during a commercial break. Oh, that had me rolling, man. I thought that was fucking hilarious. So, like, here's what they do behind the scenes. Let's just have this girl come out from random places. Oh, we'll just dab some makeup on you real quick.
Yeah, we'll just put these. Here you go. Take that and go out there. Take that and go out there.
Make sure she looks pretty.
Yeah. I swear to God, Road Dogg's got me muted. I was tweeting him stuff, and I swear he was like, you know what, fucking, I've had enough of you, Joe.
I am very surprised. That's the other thing. I was very surprised that Jeff Jarrett and Road Dogg were not out there tonight, considering they had been out there the past couple weeks.
Well, I think they made the perfect decision in a way, because they did it once, and it was the best thing on Raw almost the first week, and they were like, wow, that segment probably did well in ratings and everything, and they were like, you know what? We got to bring that back next week. And then that got kind of more of a negative reaction. And I think they were like, okay, we got what we got out of it. Let's move on now. And I think that's it. I think they got some extra out of it than they realized they were going to get. And then they moved on after that. And I think that was about it.
We all thought, too, that Brock was coming out. We legit thought Brock was coming out, just the way he set that up, and then all of a sudden it took a second goes by, the music doesn't hit, and we're like, oh, we got all pissed. We started booing and shit. I'm sure you all heard that, but we were all upset.
Classic. I honestly, I never know anymore now, if they're gonna be there or not. And I was like, I wonder if he'll be there. Probably not, though.
They had so many fucking buses though outside of the arena, like way too many. It's like, well, what the fuck? Who's all in the buses? I understand maybe family and shit, but come on, there's not even enough talent that made the trip that or to occupy those buses. Like, what the fuck?
They got crew that travels, and I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. So
yeah, I mean, it just
plus there might
like
just
I
be
said,
buses at the arena too.
Yeah, it would just no, but these were like nice RV tour buses and shit. I mean, obviously, I've never been to a show, so I don't know. But
yeah, you always see those outside.
Oh yeah, but no, I mean, other than that, just being the first time and kind of sitting back and enjoying it.
Yeah,
I thought it was better than obviously what it would be if I were to watch it at home. I'd probably be half asleep if I was watching it at home.
It's always better there. It's always better when you're there. It usually is, unless it was, like there's times when it's fun at home for sure, or it used to be times at fun at home.
It used to be. Oh yeah.
The product now, I will say this is different because back in the day, the Attitude Era was fun to watch at home. It was very fun to watch at home. Sometimes you might even make that it was better at home, but nowadays, the way the product is now, it really is not enjoyable at home for the most part. So I got so many things we got to play. Luke, I'm going to let you go, but I'll talk to you soon, man.
Dude, yeah, thanks again for taking my call. Just wanted to pipe in my 2 cents.
Thanks, man.
Always enjoyed listening to you guys.
I know.
Keep doing what you do.
You're a good guy. Just call me
good
Luke.
Talking to you. Glad you had a good night.
He's been there, been here for years now, man. 3 or 4 years. Just call me Luke. So thank you for the call. Good to hear from you. And I haven't heard from Road Dogg at all in a while. Ever since Tommy tweeted Road Dogg. Remember he said
yeah.
And then Road Dogg was like,
"Oh,
Joe. I love Joe on commentary. If only he could tone down his character a little bit." And then and he never responded to me after that. So I have a feeling he's muted me. Somebody asked me what I said to him or whatever. I'm like, I think he's muted me. So now I just tweet him and see if he'll answer, and he doesn't. So I think he's muted me, which is like I'd rather him block me so I know. You know what I mean? Like muting is
be more definitive.
that, or he's just fucking with me. He's like, nah, not going there. Not gonna answer that. All right, let's see what we got.
He's just screwing with you.
I think so. Maybe. Who cares anyway? I mean, but
he's good at it.
Mr. Sergeant Keller 718, man, thank you for subbing to the channel. What's up? How's everybody doing?
Lars Sullivan is still not responding to anybody, and WWE may have found a new opponent for Cena at Mania. They're talking and discussing, it says here, to have him face Drew McIntyre.
Oh!
Who didn't see this coming? Lousy Rousey doesn't have to eat the pinfall now. Also, Nia Snax won't be able to fit the belt around her waist if her and Viscera win the tag titles.
Max Hardcore, thanks for the $3. Yeah.
Shit, sorry, I can't hear again. So.
Oh. Yeah, Ronda Rousey.
They were coming up.
Doesn't eat the pin. That makes sense. Let me mute you. I can probably fix it that way as always. We'll just go ahead and try to trigger that shit. For Jake. Thank you, Max, for the $3. I'm going to let some donations play. People are saying some shit. Then in a few minutes, we'll go over to Discord and hear what you guys have to say over there. Let's beast!
Let's beast!
You piece of shit.
What else we got going here? Oh, shit!
It's Mr. Beef Roller 1.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming, and my balls after blue.
Look at that pyro, Brock Lesnar with the explosion.
Just watch. That old gizzard Vince still can't let go of old ways. He will probably proposition Becky for something lewd, and that will lead to an armbar ultimatum. There's how Becky will get put back in at WrestleMania, winking face.
Thank you,
Much
Beef
love,
Roller.
fuckers.
Thanks, Beef Roller.
I'm about to get it, man.
You know, Becky, I'll put you back in the
it,
match
man.
if you
Here we go. Oh,
gobble me.
Oh, no.
You think Ambrose helps Rollins beat Lesnar as his last act in WWE?
Wow, it could happen, huh? Whisper Zeta. Thanks for the $5. See, to me, that's pathetic. I don't want these people helping Seth to win the belt. You know, Dean or Reigns. But could you imagine if the Shield music went off at WrestleMania and Roman was there and like he just distracted Brock by looking at him and then Dean hit him from behind and then Seth curb stomped him to win the belt? I mean, the crowd would go nuts for that. But it diminishes Seth quite a bit.
Just walk out on the ring.
Yeah.
Vince just emptied his colostomy bag on all of us. He killed Becky's gimmick tonight as well. Hashtag RipMan 2018-2019.
Gorilla Strong. What's up, Gorilla? Good to hear from you, man. Good old Gorilla.
Yeah. Gorilla's got a point.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if he killed her gimmick, but
we'll see. It's possible.
Yeah, I kind of want to let them go with this storyline and see what happens, but I'm very worried.
Super Chat.
Becky kidnapped Steph's kids. Suspension lifted.
I've got your kids. Oh, that's an English accent. I've got your kids. Charlotte, if you don't get out of the match, Charlotte, I'm going to kill Stephanie McMahon's kids. That'd be crazy. That's like The Undertaker. Beast Roast King. Thank you for subbing to the channel, man. I mean, I'm in, we're out here in, near Foxborough. We could go to, let's drive to New Hampshire and meet the housekeeper. You know?
Pour me a beer.
Jared Horton. Thanks for subbing to the channel. Horton, great. Now I want Tim Hortons. And I'm not even Canadian. God damn it. I hate you, Jared, for making me want Tim Hortons. Oh, I'm just kidding. What's up, Jared? Good to hear from you, man. Discord's ready to go. Cranking the Cran. Steven Sexy Back is in the on hold section. Jesus. Gamey Cactus is in there. Prime Time 798. Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. Have a beer. Have a drink. I'm gonna kill him anyway, John. Prime, what's up, Prime? Let's play a couple more and see what's up.
Pour me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
DJ Instrumental, what's up, man? We're having a crazy subscription party. We got a few more to go, man. I want to hear what you guys have to say on these donations. Then we'll move forward again. Tonight, guys, make sure you guys remember that we have a new Tommy NC $25.25 donation, plus the $29 turkey he's ate us. My favorite one. Javier!
This is corny, but what if they make Borix B-Day a big deal and Vince says he'll grant Ric Flair a B-Day wish out of respect? He says he wants Vince to do the right thing and unsuspend Becky and take Charlotte out of the match because Charlotte didn't earn it.
Javier, thanks, man. Man, that would be a weird situation, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be quite interesting.
I definitely see more of what you were saying earlier with like Becky crashing Ric Flair's birthday bash and then like putting him in the disarmer. Like, I don't know why I see that more.
And now I was even like kind of kidding about, but we'll see, you know? There's got to be a way to get her in there, and that's 2 weeks from now, so you never know.
I'm watching the thing that took place after Raw right now that Ryan McCormick tweeted me from WWE's Twitter account. It's just kind of Charlotte standing there and Becky squaring off. I don't know if he described this already. X-Crush, thanks for subbing. They're kind of yelling at each other. Okay,
yeah, I figured they just kind of give a harsh stare down.
Yeah, then they had to team up against the Riot Squad, it looks like, and they just beat the shit out of them.
Super Chat. Super Chat.
Eric Bugenhagen for Universal Champ.
Fake account, what's up, man? I mean, get out of here, man. We've done this with so many people. Like, he's going to end up coming out there and carrying someone's lunch. I liked him, but...
Super Chat Party!
When he started playing piano on the ropes...
Charlotte sucked some D to get in this match.
Oh, she don't have to. Mark Ritter, thanks for the $2, man. Shout out to Canada. She don't have to do that. That's the thing. She does not have to do any of that. They can't wait to stuff her in a match here or there or put her somewhere. So, I don't think that matters, Mark. But yeah, maybe she did. She got that black lipstick on, man. You can see every drop, Page style.
Every last little bit.
Yeah, it's coming right through. Let me see who's next. We did Javier. There's
Super
fake
Chat.
account.
Super Chat.
Mark.
How about Callisto's guitar shredding?
Jesus. Yeah, that was weird. Fade to Black. I liked it when he got hit with the guitar, though. That was.
He wasn't bad on playing guitar, though. You know.
He probably can play. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's better than Elias. Awandi!
Hit the like button, lads, and stick it up Joe's and Jake's asses. Let's get this to 1,000 thumbs up.
Awandi.
Cheers.
Thanks, Awandi. We are so close to 1,000 likes, so go ahead and stick that thumb up my goddamn ass. Okay, stick that thumb up my ass and let's do this. Then we'll move along here. I'm going to give tonight's show a Revival 1, but who cares? I'm going to go ahead, and last week I gave it a higher, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. I am going to move it. I'm going to give you a 3 out of 10 for Monday Night Raw tonight, but it was I did not enjoy tonight's show. Damon Richardson, what's up, Damon? Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. Everybody make sure you guys sub so you don't miss out. I'm live after SmackDown, after Raw, every week for the last 6 years. Wednesday night at 11 p.m. for the Out of Nowhere Wrestling Podcast. My news videos every day, State of the WWE videos. I'm live Thursday nights. I'm live Friday nights for Monetize This right here. Our Patreon is blowing up. What was that?
Big week this week, too, with Monetize This 200 Friday. Going to be a hell of a show. A lot of former hosts chiming in, many, many guests. You're going to have a lot of stuff to do live with people showing up. It's going to be a big show for sure.
Maybe some original co-hosts popping in. Eric Watkins. What's up, Eric? Thank you for subbing to the channel, man. We're having a subscription party. Guys, the Patreon is insane, too. We have now hit 345 patrons and growing. It usually goes up to about 360 by the end of the month. Let's get it to 400 if you can. Plus, you get 30 hours of bonus content a month on Patreon only. Tristan ED, man. Tristan Ed, thanks for subbing to the channel. Where are we caught up?
Damn.
Caught up.
Yeah, I don't know quite what to give tonight. I keep kind of fluctuating back and forth. I at this point will give it a Eva Marie nip slip out of 10. So
here's your nip slip there.
We'll leave it at that. No, honestly, I'd probably give it a 4. I was happy that the Revival won. Wasn't thrilled. I mean, like, I'm happy in the sense that they deserve it. Not so much with, I mean, it was a good match, but not overly enthralled with the story. I'm just hoping that going forward they get to have some solid feuds, and this isn't a hot potato circumstance for them. I kind of hope they hold on the belts and get to have a really good WrestleMania match. The Revival certainly, deserve that for sure, hands down, no doubt about it. If they could take on someone really good at Mania for the belts, I think that would be excellent.
I think one of the things that was the positive I can say about tonight was that I was kind of interested for what was going to happen, but most of what I got for the filler wasn't very good. But at least, even though I think the flow was still kind of weird and how they did things was a little strange and off, it was still more entertaining than last week. Somehow this was more entertaining than last week. Because last week, I believe, was a full-on coma. And tonight, it wasn't good, but at least I didn't completely pass out. But you know what? A lot of other people said they were falling asleep. People were like, I'm dead. I'm going to die. Like, people were not happy. What a piss-poor fucking show.
Especially, I feel like I want to be more harsh because it was a go-home show. But those haven't mattered.
I forgot it was
at this point.
I forgot it was.
I mean, SmackDown, I guess, will focus more on Elimination Chamber because most of the
but 800,000
essentially, yeah.
But 800,000 less people will watch SmackDown.
That's the thing. So it's such a tricky situation, and it shouldn't have to be. It should be very straightforward. And I'm very upset that the one thing I was looking forward to the most for the Elimination Chamber was to see what Mustafa Ali did in the Elimination Chamber match. And knowing that he can't compete was a huge blow to my excitement level. I was genuinely excited to see him compete. I even said that last week on the SmackDown review. I said, I know he won't win, but I'm very curious to see what he'll do in the match. I'm sure they have some type of few big high spots planned for him or something, memorable. He'll be the one that keeps the excitement level up for a good portion. And he competed over the weekend just fine. He beat Samoa Joe in a house show. His daughter got to do a dance break with Carmella and R-Truth in the ring. I thought he was okay, but now he got pulled from it. So I wonder what, if his eye just got worse as time went on or what.
Yeah, I mean, when we first saw that photo, I immediately went, "Oh my God, he's out of the match." But then when they
he looked terrible, but he was active all weekend, so it was just odd.
Well, they must have found something, or he realized that this ain't gonna work. And they just
house shows obviously aren't pay-per-views, so
could have been
maybe
in pain.
He wasn't up to snuff. But
I don't know. That's a horrific injury. The last time I saw someone look that bad was with what Austin Aries did.
Oh yeah,
and he was out a while. Like, remember what was he go? He was. I mean, I think he caved in his orbital bone, but he was out a while. So this is crazy that he was able to make it back in. But let's play Mark's thing here.
Super Chat Party.
What's up, Mark?
WWE come to Canada. We get more excited than USA.
Maybe, Mark. It's in some places you do, but. There's key places that can get pretty loud in U.S. I mean, there's like 5 to 7 places that are hot in the U.S. a lot of times, but there's like 3 or 4 or 5 in Canada too. But we go to Canada so little that it's crazy. And you remember what happened back in the Attitude Era? Canada got so hot for Brett and angry at Stone Cold that there was such a weird dynamic. The WWE just started booking so many shows in Canada. And that was an awesome fucking time. That's a very small time of the Attitude Era too that a lot of people don't know about. Like, anybody who's younger than 25, unless they really studied the Attitude Era, they didn't even realize that happened. But I remember we hated Canada. Like, we fucking hated you guys, and you guys hated us. It was awesome. Like, they would go there and they would boo Steve Austin and cheer Bret Hart. You'd come to the U.S. and we would cheer Austin and boo Brett, and there'd be people with America sucks signs everywhere in Canada, and the U.S. people, we had Canada sucks. It was just insane. Like, if you'd mix those audiences, it was so visceral in the crowd. It was a wild ass time, and I can't even ever imagine something like that happening again. But a time like that happening again.
About to get it, man.
Here we go.
About to get it, man. Here we go. Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
While you're in the hospital screaming in pain, your wife will be on her back screaming my name, Scott Steiner.
That's awesome. I remember that. Hey, by the way, guys, if you guys want to watch my State of the WWE and you missed it, I'm going to go ahead and leave that in the chat for you right now before we get out of here, because tomorrow night is the SmackDown review. So there's my link. I'll put more of it up in a few minutes. Let me go over to the Discord real quick and see what's up with Discord.
While you're pulling that up, I genuinely just feel so bad for Ty Dillinger. He changed his name to his actual, real name on Twitter. And, his name is Ronnie. He signed up for Cameo not long ago, that website where you can go and book people to send you videos and whatnot.
But he's in WWE, though.
Yeah, he's still in WWE, but I thought that was interesting. And
that's weird.
On top of that, the story, obviously came out over the weekend. We heard rumblings about it before, but he asked to be sent back to NXT.
One Somebody asked him about that?
Yeah, he was talking about it in different places, and he said, I tried. One fan asked him, saying, why don't you go back? And he said, I tried. And, he said they didn't have a plan for him. And they just knew people loved yelling 10 at him during his entrance, but they had no plan for him, and he just did nothing. So I don't blame him for being upset. Talk about misused. He had a ton of support.
He was getting so over with the 10 like he did in NXT, and it was doing well for the main roster. And then we heard that Vince hated it, and then the crowd was always chanting 10, and they got pissed.
Didn't want anything. Just wanted to show you guys some love. Keep doing what you do. You inspire so many people. You two are the best thing going on Monday night.
Oh, man, thanks, dude. It's Unapologetic Podcast. That's TJ.
That's
thanks,
awesome.
man. By the way, TJ, thanks for he sent me his T-shirt for his podcast, and it's like one of the only 7 T-shirts I brought here from my old place because it fits me. So I'm like always wearing that damn thing. It's really funny. We got a lot of people on hold over there, and on the Discord, Bodoc Wolf's in there. We'll get him in a minute. Yeah, and that's about it. I mean, it's just sad. It's bullshit. This guy, they killed his push because they didn't like the 10. The referees would do the 1, 2, 3, and people go 10, 10, 10, and Vince hated it. And they killed Ty Dillinger's mid-card love, just like they did it to everybody else who was in the mid-card getting more over than the main eventers.
Yeah, Rusev Day and, different things like that.
Wade Barrett.
He tweets out that, Illinois is cold. And Peyton Royce says, hopefully you don't get stuck in a blizzard. And his response was, I'm actually hoping I do. That just says it all. Like, he just, Matt the Misfit tweeted to him, like, he originally said something, Ty Dillinger did, and Matt's like, but you're still not on TV. And he just favorited that tweet, like, admitting defeat. Like, he just doesn't give a shit at this point. So,
Jesus Christ.
He said, hey, yes, I still wrestle. I actually started back tonight. Thrilled. And Matt was like, but you're still not on TV. And he favorited that. And I was like, oh, that's just
that's just sad.
Yeah, he favorited that, though. And I was like, oh.
Some nitwit on Twitter, he's got to be a troll. He wrote to me that, Renee Young's like, leave her alone. She's like the best thing going on Raw. And I just went,
I saw that.
Is that guy on drugs? I mean, like, are you on? You might be actually on drugs. Bodark Wolf is in the Discord. Bodark, what's up, brother?
Yeah, same old shit. I just got off work literally a few minutes ago, actually.
Jesus. So you missed Raw?
Yeah, I heard that. I went through some recaps and stuff like that through YouTube. Apparently, WWE likes to upload them real fucking quick.
Yeah, they're working on that before it even happens.
Trying to make Becky Lynch like Stone Cold.
What did you say? What'd you say?
I'm sorry. I'm doing this through my phone. I should have been on my fucking PC, but
well, no, it's just Discord blows.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make Becky Lynch into like a Stone Cold thing. They're like it feels to me they're trying to make a female version of him.
Yeah, I mean we already knew that, but
did she apologize or did she not? I didn't catch that part.
You've really got to go watch Raw. You got to go watch Raw, Bodark. I can't talk to you right now. You got to go watch Raw. Go watch Raw. Like, literally, it will, like, you should, like, the best part of Raw is the end because you're like, what the fuck? And then you want me to tell you, like, what happened? Come on,
don't spoil it. Check it out.
But also, like, come on. If you didn't watch Raw, I don't want to talk to anybody if you didn't watch Raw. Yo, GTX. Let me get him in here. Yo, GT man, what's up?
Nothing, Joe. I'm just very burned out after what Vince did, and I just want to just die.
Everybody sounds like they're in a coma after Raw.
Trust me, everybody is always in a fucking coma every fucking Monday. Every Monday is pretty much a fucking coma at this damn point.
I agree, man. Y'all sound dead. Just from this fucking Raw sucked the life out of everybody.
Like, dude, after pretty much did his usual big FU, I was like fucking done. Like, I was like, when is fucking May gonna come already? Holy fuck.
All right,
like,
GT,
I was
man.
like, Cody, you just okay after me or we give Vegas over.
I hope to God you smoked weed. Did you smoke weed tonight?
Sadly, I did not smoke weed, but
oh my God. This is just...
But at least where I'm at is at least fucking legal, so I got no problem.
Yeah, here too, man. I might have to start smoking weed with the way Raw's been. This blows. Thanks for the call, GT. GT, you the shit.
Yeah, you are.
I'm moving through these people real quick here. Yo, Gravy. What's up, Gravy?
Gravy.
What's up, gentlemen?
How you doing, man?
What's going on?
Oh, nothing.
Hey, baby. What's up?
No, nothing much. Just kind of over this fucking company, to be honest.
Sounds like everybody is.
I'm over it, bro. Just bullshit. We waited what, a whole week to find out what the fuck's gonna happen and you go do this?
You piece of shit.
And that is the problem. I mean, what a terrible outcome, essentially, for fans that waited to see, oh, is she going to apologize? What's going to be, what's going to happen? Oh, we know she's suspended. How does Becky get back? And, oh, now she's out of Mania. So anybody that really, kayfabe-wise, wanted to see her succeed. Not only did she go from being unsuspended to back to being suspended, but she's going to miss Mania, tentatively at this point too.
Right.
In storyline,
she's not going to miss Mania. Yeah, she's just...
no. But I'm saying, for the fans' sake, that it's just what a blow.
Party.
Smoke weed every day.
I smoke some weed after Raw.
Yeah, you gotta. I think you gotta do it during it. Mark, thank you for the $2, man. I appreciate that, Mark. But that being said, man, I'm fried beyond belief. There's a lot of shit to do. I gotta get the fuck out of here. I mean, that's all I got to say. Hit me up on Twitter at CorruptedPOD. Jump at me on Patreon. Jump at me. What the fuck am I talking? Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show.
It's your boy.
Yeah, it's your boy. Jump at me, brah.
Jump at me. It's your boy.
Let's beast.
Yeah, jump at me, brah. Fucking what?
He's a fuck.
All right, well, we're really going to get out of here, guys. Monetize This is Friday. Get hyped for Monetize This, man. Thank you to Jake. Hit him up on Twitter at CountdownEnded. For Jake on Twitter at CountdownEnded. I'm at CorruptedPod, CorruptedPOD, because, of course, I can't be from my Joe Cronin Show Twitters are all banned, so don't go looking for my Joe Cronin Show Twitters, because I am suspended for life on Twitter because I said the naughty things that the SJWs don't want me to say. So I've been banned forever. If you want to support,
stand there naked with your bush.
Yeah, you can stand there naked with your tits out, milking some 7-year-old and having him fucking look at a dildo. So it's very weird, but that's the shit that happens, nowadays. And I will never understand what the fuck is going on. But that's fine. Where the fuck is S. Dot's fucking older song? Can't fucking find it. I don't know. I think I moved it. Did I move it? Dude, fuck me if I move this. Yeah, it's not the one I want. This is bullshit. I'm mad now. What the fuck? Like, no, seriously? Like, if I have to go searching for the original again?
You gotta go digging through every file.
Oh, my God.
Especially the way you name things.
Yeah, dude, it's probably, like S. Dot file. Oh, my God, dude, no. Maybe this is it. Yeah, here it is. I got it.
There we go.
Don't fuck with me out there.
Because you farted on my husband.
Yeah, Tommy NC. Good night, everybody. Make sure you become patrons to listen to my Morning Madness podcast. Corrupted is up now. Don't miss Corrupted. It was a good one last week. Justin Bailey smelled his own shit. If you want to listen to the video version or watch the video version of Corrupted on Patreon, do it because Bailey wipes his ass and then smells his own shit. It's very fucking weird. You see that shit, Jake?
He needed to, just breathe in and waft in his own, product. So,
yeah, I mean,
to each their own. Bailey is proud of his shits. We know that for a long time.
And then, funny enough, or not funny enough, but his whole family got sick. Like 30 minutes later, they all started throwing up in the house, and all I could think was it was from him like leaving his shit rags around everywhere.
There has to be some correlation.
What the hell? We'll see you tomorrow night for the SmackDown review live right here on the Joe Cronin Show. Subscribe if you're new. Don't miss out on the daily news, breaking news, podcasts, opinions, and shit that you can't get anywhere else. God damn, did we trend tonight.
Almost every night, bitch, we got the potion. Laying back in my whip, puffing straight coasting. Turn on the app, it's live, Joe Cronin. Raw reviews, don't forget SmackDown too. He's on Twitch, on Twitter, and YouTube. So if you want a dose, homie, of the real shit, tune in right now for some heel shit. It's JCS, and everybody know we the best. And everybody loves Joe Cronin. That's why we all love to tune in. Everybody loves out of nowhere. Monetize this, bitch, is in the air. Run SmackDown review, so don't you fear. So tune in every night right here. Yeah, it's JCS. Everybody here knows not the test. Cross Joe on the shelf like the rest. And life goes on, cause we the best.
Everybody know Joe states facts. More views than your ass, check the stats. Keep talking till your ass gets smacked. Keep it up, then your ass gets clapped. Everybody tunes in, cause we all love it. Joe's real, he ain't no motherfucking fake puppet. Tells you what it is, homie, and you better love it. And if not 2 words, bitch, go suck it. JCS, and everybody know we the best. And everybody loves Joe Cronin. That's why we all love to tune in. Everybody loves out of nowhere. Monetize this bitch is in the air. Run SmackDown review, so don't you fear. So tune in every night right here. Yeah, it's JCS, and everybody know we the best. And everybody loves Joe Cronin. That's why we all love to tune in.